that I want to make eye contact so that you're able to be free to answer my questions.
Okay.
So put a finger down if you've lost a parent when you were young. Put a finger down if your parent has died during your whole life. Put a finger down if you do not know your father. Put a finger down if you do not know your mother. Put a finger down if you were sexually raped at any part of your life. Put a finger down if you've been through divorce. Put a finger down if you've given birth to a child. Put a finger down if you have ever experienced a breakup with any human being. Put a finger down if you have failed a grade or a class or a module or a degree. Put a finger down if you've tried to attempt suicide. Put a finger down if you have had a health scare and you didn't know whether you were going to live or die. Put a finger down if you've had family members dying, like a number of family members dying in front of you. Put a finger down if you don't have a friendship with your parents. Put a finger down if you feel alone. Put a finger down if there's a part of you that feels like you have imposter syndrome. Put a finger down if you have ever seen someone kill themselves. Put a finger down if anybody close to you has ever died for causes of a murder. Put a finger down if you are still living in the past. These are the traumas that we all go through that cause us to have depression. I think we have this thing where we think that depression is just caused by one thing. But all of that I've just said to you encompasses what depression is. So basically, I love using this as a metaphor. A person is a jar of water. And what I've just said to you, put your hands up, is traumas. So basically, what happens is you've got traumas pouring in, pouring in, until the water starts to overflow. That is called major depression. And then when the vase or the jar starts to sort of break, that's when we go into bipolar and other symptoms. But come back here where the water is now filling and it's overflowing. What we do as people is that we try to put our hands so that the water doesn't flow down. So you try all hard being that, listen, I don't want to fall apart, and hold it. And whereas the water is flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing. This is the misconception that you need to go to therapy just because you are depressed. And all the traumas that I've asked you, one should actually go to see somebody and talk about someone dying, your breakups, a divorce, not waiting for this big moment, then deciding then to go seek help. I think it's the misconception that we have when we think of depression. I live with depression. It's just major depression on its own. It doesn't have bipolar. It doesn't have anything. I take medication, and this all started last year. You know, funny enough, I think Madam Speaker, when she started this conference, she started it for me because the first conference basically saved my life. And I think she knows this because I was at a point in my life where I was taking medication. It was about 2 months in, me taking medication and me going to see somebody regularly. And in the midst of all of this, I was in a relationship and we were married and it was falling apart and I was just in a mess. And you know, Caesar Beauty and Skincare was born on the same day this women's conference was born. So Chrissy, I I want to say this to you, not for the gram, not for the Facebook, and not for the WhatsApp. I appreciate you, Thomas-san.
Thank you.
So, so much.
Thank you.
You don't know the impact that you've done in my life and the impact that you keep doing. Right now, I'm not in a good place, and still you're pushing me to find myself in a good place. And I think I did communicate to you that I'm having troubles with my medication going up and down. And I really appreciate that you're still trusting me through the storms that I've been going through. And people think just because you medication or anything, I hate that word crazy. Because we always say the word crazy, we stigmatize this mental health. Oh God, what happens? You know, something's wrong with that person. We will always have a mental health problem issue because people just don't have the right adequate ways of speaking about mental health. We will always have these mental health advocates. I say enthusiasts because I don't advocate for mental health. I think we should all just assume about it right now. Because just because I'm taking medication doesn't mean the next person out there is not feeling the same feelings that I'm feeling. And my journey with medication was very rough. I was alone, and I felt that I couldn't speak to anybody because no one related to a person who's just got major depression and anxiety. And you know, when you start something, you hear all these people's point of views that, no, you're going to gain weight, you're going to do this is what's going to happen. When I started my medication journey, it was really, really rough. Basically, you go on to, they start you off at the minimum dosage of the pills. And it takes about 2 weeks for the medication to sort of kick in. And in that 2 weeks for that medication to kick in, you are drowsy, you are tired, you are basically numb. And you can't drive, you can't do anything. I think if you've noticed maybe at work, there are those people that take 2 weeks off work. And those people, mostly of them, not stigmatizing them, but they could have like depression or anxiety just because they don't talk about it. And we stigmatize it. So basically the journey was that on the 2 weeks I was tired, I was sick, I was sleeping a lot, and my body went through so much. And after that 2 weeks, I was okay. The body was into my system. And my therapist says that, I think, Kanya, you took it literally. When you actually drank the pill, you said to yourself, I'm not going to kill yourself. I'm not going to kill myself. So I think my mindset and the pills helped my perspective in a way to say that, listen, you can do this. This is not going to beat you. I just want to say these words for somebody who has never heard these words before, but it's okay. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to feel like you are enough. It's okay to feel like you are alone. But what's not okay is doing it alone. We do this thing as black people, and I love it because there's no other race that's here. Time heals. I believe in time heals, but time doesn't really heal. You need to go through the journey. And sometimes going through the journey, we have to have assistance. You know, we say that, no, I've healed. How do you know you've healed? Do you know what healing is? Do you see healing from somebody else and then think, oh, that's what healing is? Sometimes we need to go through these life coaches, psychologists, psychiatrists, so that we can able to understand what healing means. Because when you do it on your own, sometimes, not even sometimes, all the time you get it wrong. Because you're doing something that you yourself and I don't know of. So I just want to encourage anybody out there that go seek for help. I literally took myself to the doctor. Kaya, we are very moneyed, and at one stage I felt shy about that, saying that, oh, Tina, we live in this and we live in that. And just because I live in Parkland in a big house, people assume that I must be happy and everything should be okay, but no, it wasn't. I literally would stay in bed the whole day in my pajamas, not brush my teeth, not take a bath, not even eat. I think right now I know the blacklist from season 1 to season 7 of by heart because I kept watching the reruns in my bed and crying. And then I looked at myself and I was like, no, something is wrong here. This is not normal. People don't live like this. And I took myself to a psychologist who then referred me to a psychiatrist. So the journey started with me. And the journey didn't come with Prince Charming or somebody coming to help me. No, it started with me. And it's still coming with me. Because no one calls me and says, hi, have you drank your pills? Are you okay? Did you make sure you've done this? Did you listen to your psychologist? Have you done the books? Are you doing your routine? I'm accountable for that, but with the assistance of a psychologist and a life coach if they know what they're talking about. So I just want to leave you with words that you are your own savior.
Yeah.
We look for men, my sisters, my brother, friends to be your savior. You are your own savior. And when you're your own savior, you walk into your purpose. And my purpose last year was skincare, and it's still skincare. But it took a while for me to get there. Hi, my name is Kanya. I'm 34 years old, a mother of 3, and I suffer from major depression and anxiety. Thank you.
Let's give a round of applause to Kanya Shabalala.